empty nor lost. Billions had died, but humanity is resilient. Hundreds of thousands survived, persevering through the endless dark of the fall. But that's an old story. The year is 5016 Union, and we begin our story today on the outskirts of the Ithaca system, on the Union Navy frigate Ptolemaeus. A Union Naval Department forward team is a self-tasking independent force intended to travel to, assess, and report on colonial activity. They move at their own discretion, taking actions where necessary to uphold Union's pillars, or passing off irrelevant data of more severe pillar breaches to Union Department of Justice/Human Rights Liberator teams. Ultimately, their destination is the Dawn Line shore at the edge of known space. It will be a long, harrowing journey, and their destination is far from the traditional reach of Union rule. The members of Union Naval Department Forward Team AQ8-T904-C find themselves roused abruptly and ahead of schedule from the long dreams of cryosleep. With a hiss of opening caskets and the smell of recycled air, you all awaken.
Dell is up and on her feet.
Why don't y'all introduce yourselves, the members of our forward team.
All right. Sorry, I went back to the Roll20 and just the image of the bird every time. Dell is a black woman who is about 5'8", 5'9". She has, this is cryo sleep, so I don't imagine her hair is as trimmed as it was before it went in, but she had a little bit shaved down on the sides and a fade with a bit of a tuft at the top here at my back. She has a scar across the bridge of her nose that forks out and a bright smile. She's a little muscular looking, strong, and she steps out. And is there any wobbling, any lethargy going on from the remnants of whatever is in the cryosleep junk, or?
Oh, yeah. Getting woken from cryosleep is never particularly pleasant. There are med techs on hand. You hit the ground, and
yep.
You're kind of being held up a little. They take you off the side where there are beds.
I'm fine. It's cool. It's fine. I promise I'm fine. It's just a little. I know I'm falling.
They will assist you in that way that nurses are really fantastic at.
Yeah.
To get you up on the bed, they start taking vital signs and making sure everything's
Where are we there?
Sort of. There's
That was in character, but that's okay.
We'll get to that, ma'am.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. Give me your arm for blood pressure.
Nathaniel, as the man sort of clambers out of his pod, he's a very tall gentleman, probably standing about 6'4", 6'5". He is as tall as he is lean, with this you wouldn't expect somebody of his body shape to be piloting giant mechs. He's kind of got this very almost sandy, snowy colored hair and stark pale skin. Like, you look at him and he kind of looks like when you see people in cartoons see a ghost, white, and he's got these deep set kind of cyan blue eyes, and he's been in more than a few cryo sleeps, so he kind of just lays back and waits to be lifted out of the cryo chamber. He's kind of just, he's very done.
Professional
in the
about
moment.
it.
Yes, very professional.
Okay. Yep. As a military man, you've certainly been through this whole process before. You know the deal. Up and out, into the bed. Pretty standard for you. All right, James.
Alright, so as the casket hisses open, and like the lid opens up, James just goes, ah, and he tries to close it and go back to sleep. But when he realizes that does not work, he just kind of flops out of the casket and tries to fall asleep on the floor. He is a 6-foot, lean muscle, just mahogany skin, dreaded, just brick house of muscle. He does have some scarring on his eye. One of his eyes is missing, and as soon as he collapses on the floor, he is just back to sleep.
He can certainly try.
He's gonna try.
What he wakes up to is a sharp jab in his arm, as the nurse will administer the go juice that is sometimes required from rousing cryo sleep patients. And now you don't feel like sleeping at all. You feel like going for a nice run.
Absolutely. So they stick him with the go juice in like 10 seconds. Like after it should work, he's still kind of like a little lethargic, like to the point where the nurses are almost like, "What the fuck?" And then he's just like, "Ah!" And he's like waving his arms, and he's good to go.
All right, there we go. William.
So, as William comes out of his, he's a touch shorter than James. He's about 5'11", long hair tied back, usually kept in and out of some variety. Has a Band-Aid pretty much perpetually on his face, covering, side of his face for reasons. Relatively good shape, not like especially jacked, but overall in okay shape, kind of a stocky build. As he comes out and kind of stretching, getting it all out there, trying to pull some sort of either pen or whatever writing handheld device, a marking device they have in the year 20XD6, where we are now, and just starts like jabbing himself intermittently, just making sure he's got feeling everywhere and everything's good. He's like, just got to run a couple of my own tests. You know how it is. And looking over at James, he grabs another one and just throws it at him and says, "Can you not be so extra for once?"
Bag growling.
Also used to the slight dream state that accompanies cryosleep, weird things don't faze these seasoned nurses. They kind of watch the poking and prodding and, satisfied that you're not going to do any damage to yourself, let you proceed. Okay, so what y'all know is a new team of unproven pilots, far still from the lofty title of Lancer. It's been deemed appropriate that for an initial action, something more ceremonial would boost morale and give some traction under those newly issued boots. You've taken a short detour, or we're supposed to take a short detour, to the colony of Ithaca, make contact with the local leadership, perform a simulated drop, demonstrate a couple of practice maneuvers, give those colonists a sense of belonging and a reminder that Union is always with them. As you can tell just by glancing at clocks, it is not... You're about a week earlier than was expected. Not a huge early wake-up by any means, but certainly something has happened. The med techs don't seem to have much in the way of answers for you, mostly being concerned with your slowly rising vital signs. However, your comp cons, the data slates that everyone at this time period would have, think kind of a juiced up Google Assistant type deal, and a little bit more for at least one of you. is flashing with the notice that you have been summoned as soon as possible to Captain Maddox's office on the bridge of the ship. A long walk for people still suffering the jellied legs of cryo sleep.
Alright,
Let's just get it over
get this
with.
going.
He's just gonna be grunting the whole time until his legs work again.
Would it kill you to act professional for one moment? We've been summoned, haven't we?
Well, I'm a pilot. I'm getting paid for it. Everything I do is professional.
He hasn't been professional his entire life. Ain't nothing gonna change here. Pat, let me tell
Obviously
you.
so.
Dell, meanwhile, is just kind of staggering.
Yeah,
She's trying to get her sea legs. It's kind of fun, actually.
the rails that run along the sides of the ship are y'all's best friends as y'all struggle to make your way up the center line of the ship.
One step at a time. We're
Yeah,
good. We got
yep.
this.
We got this.
We
can
got
do
this.
Yep.
We've done
Just
work.
leave it. Keep going.
Did anyone tell anyone about what's going on? Did you hear anything? Did the nurses say anything?
We
We
know
were
as much as you
summoned.
know.
Got a signal hail that we're summoned.
Yes.
That's fine.
Cheers.
Trying to like hop from one foot to the other, just kind of like getting balance.
The pins and needles slowly start to fade. About halfway there.
You would
That's
think
right.
so. You would think someone would invent a way to make that suck less.
You'd think. I don't know. This is my first time.
Oh.
What?
So when we get in there, who's doing the talking? Because I piss people off sometimes when I talk.
That means if no one's taking the forward, I can speak.
Oh yeah,
I'll
I
let-
like the way he talks.
I'm mostly gonna step in on anything tech related, so
Yeah,
you can talk
Yeah,
about normal stuff.
yeah, you handle the grease. If anybody needs somebody behind the wheel and the stick, I got it.
I'll just listen in then. I'll contribute when I need to. But yeah, I think that you should probably talk, big guy.
Well, need the leg. Yep.
All right. The captain's office sits just outside of the large blast doors that lead to the bridge. The antechamber within is roughly the size of a not particularly large terrestrial broom closet, staffed by a person you recognize as First Mate Adair Khan. They will wave you through, indicating that he is waiting for you within. Stepping through the door, Captain Jacob Maddox has served 5 years in the Union Naval Department and has made little secret that he views this posting as his shelving. Due to the time dilation effects of long-haul space travel, the 7-year voyage planned for this ship will see 35 years pass at home. Whatever chance he had of climbing the ladder of command, the signal is clear it has passed. But still, before you left the Sol system, before you left Cradle, you saw him set himself to the work of preparing this mission with the laser-focused dedication of a lifelong cosmopolitan and military service member. He is currently greatly engrossed in a series of slates sat on his desk, glancing up just to see you all file in. And so our journey into the wild black yonder begins. It seems we've had our first colonial snafu. When we hit system, our sensors lit up like a blink drive. There's a captured asteroid in polar orbit. Of course, a captured asteroid wouldn't put off heat like it's got an active fusion reactor on it. And I don't think they usually come equipped with artificial gravity systems, but sure enough, sensors picked one up on that. I mean, by the pillars, a simple visual telescope can make out an open cargo bay from practically outside the system. But no help from the locals. They have 4 weather satellites in the vain hope that nobody's going to show up uninvited. How are you planning to proceed? They asked. Me? Like it's my planet. Colonials. So, my little mech jockeys. Changing plans. Something a little more exciting for you to do with those new beasties we printed up for you. Mount up, grab a shuttle, and we're ferrying you over there. Your job is to figure out what the hell that is, who the hell brought it here, and clear it for a tech crew to take it or scuttle it.
So you want us to confirm if a comet is a comet or if the comet is a ship? I just want to make sure I'm getting, like, Will, you getting this?
Yeah. When you say artificial gravity, we talking full gravity replication, low gravity based system just for local orbital events?
If I had to guess, and I'm not guessing any huge amount, like I said, it's not particularly well disguised. This is a ship. I'd say slightly larger than this one. Destroyer, maybe. But I would expect full gravity. Probably still atmosphere. Shouldn't be much of a problem for you once we get you in there. And the shuttle can handle that.
Oh. Better than running drills for a bunch of local townsfolk.
Alright, well. Get us to the Mexican jockey, I guess, then. By the way, what did you guys print out for us? Is it something sweet?
Same thing that gets printed for everybody. In Everest.
Okay.
I mean, I only have the low-level license, so I think that's more my wheelhouse anyway.
Feel free to grab whatever weaponry or accoutrement we have printed up for you. It should all be there in the hangar.
Now we're talking.
Oh, so we can play a bit. Good. We can have some fun then.
Lieutenant Tan will see you to the mech bay.
Alright. Well, let's... Oh, that still kind of hurts to do. Let's go.
You're all going to die.
Probably.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We don't know what's there. We don't have any intel. We don't know how many bodies are in there, but I'm sure we're good. They wouldn't send us somewhere and that they didn't know what was going on, right?
Assume the worst until being proven otherwise. Out of the way.
Are you asking if government would use people as pawns?
No.
Just
not-
curious if that's your
military force
question.
would ever use people as pawns, ever.
If it helps, I know that you heard him and all you can think is, we're gonna die. But I grew up with him, and statistically, we haven't died yet.
Not yet.
That's a 50-50 chance between the both of you. That's not very good odds.
So I'm just...
You're adding too much to that equation.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I usually do things to die, but as long as this guy's with me, we seem to make it out all right.
A 25% chance of living is not what I would call good odds,
But it's better than the 50.
It's a solid pass. C's get degrees. That's out of character. Yep, so do you think we can get going then?
Yeah, let's
Good.
go check out the hangar. I
Is
gotta...
this?
Where's
Lord knows I'm
Lieutenant
gonna have
Dan?
to tinker with this thing before we get there.
That's a good idea. I need to get a hook. We gotta get set up. Let's go. And she just takes off at a jog.
Yep. Well, y'all do know where the mech hangar is. Y'all have been there before to do your basic introductions to stuff. So, while Lieutenant Tan will attempt to do their best to shepherd you forward, nothing can stop Delilah, who is already gone.
Bye. Can't be stopped. Bye.
So, well, Delilah, you'll get there first, followed by the rest of our crew.
It was a race. It was a race.
Isn't it always? In the hangar, you find 4 gleaming white GMS Everest mechs, previously prepared for parade duty. Along one breast, you see a map of Cradle, symbol of humanity's home. Along the other, one simple word, printed in thick black lettering, Union. The only symbol the central administration of humanity has ever needed.
Now, when you say parade duty, these they were used like parades, like
y'all's mechs were printed for you to drop into basically the central square, look impressive, walk around, and everyone goes, "Oh, 20-foot tall giant robots! Oh, this is cool." That was y'all's mission. Your mission was to kind of show up, just be a morale booster for the town. So, yeah, as of right now, they are unadorned. They don't have weaponry or anything. You see printed like along the walls. There's everything that you can kind of like grab and start strapping on as you go. But more or less, these were just meant to be symbols of union and big, impressive, awe-inducing things, which is one of the side effects of having a giant robot. Everyone finds it super impressive.
He's just gonna look up at it and go, "Damn it, Will, they gave us clearance robots!"
Yeah, I know, but I got some ideas.
Everest mechs.
Throw yourself to the ground. Don't tell me you're expecting something fancy.
I mean, you know, dare to dream. I dreamed of waking up to just a baddie, and this.
Well,
this
issue was a fucking dream. This is reality. Getting the fucking robot.
Fine. I gotta be honest.
Tan, Lieutenant Tan, hearing this sort of, they'll say to you, even the greatest Lancer starts in an Everest. This is home for a lot of great people. At least in the beginning.
Alright.
Now, if this Everest is built how they think they are, and Will just walks off to one of them, like grabs a wrench from somewhere and starts trying to get up on the hull of the chest and starts messing with something, just without telling anyone what he's doing.
Is everything? Wait. That's
fine.
That's caliber.
Fine.
Oh,
We're good. Don't worry.
But I.
Nothing is going wrong, don't worry, as a small plate from the front of the chest falls onto the ground.
Well, if he gets to mess with his, I'll mess with mine, and I start like going into the software.
Don't anyone let that man touch a robot.
I'm touching it. You can't stop me, Will.
I get paid to do that. I can. Are you sure you don't need some? What's he doing up there? He's not supposed to do that.
That's what Delilah looks up at Nathaniel and just goes, "All right, well, dibs on that one," and she goes over to the one on the left.
We're absolutely fucking shagged, aren't we?
Will, there are software limiters that limit the amount of power that's supposed to go. Exactly how long can the mech hold if I overclocked it? Like, you know the mechanics
That's
of this.
really not. It's not supposed to do that.
But
I have some. The reactor stress is real. Please Please don't. I'm gonna
Don't
have
worry,
to.
I promise you I know what I'm doing.
Detonate a nuclear bomb in the hangar.
You start seeing screws just clank onto the ground as I get above it, and there's just clearly an opening now. I'm like, trust
You
me.
might want to go and order a few flower arrangements, mostly for them. A greeting card, perhaps. Nothing too fancy. A few credits at most, but that's...
I mean, honestly, half of these software restrictions are for people that are wusses. I can handle the cheese.
Don't worry, we'll be fine. We'll be good. We got this.
They're
Don't
going
even need
to
to worry.
die. We're going to die.
If you don't pass out while you're flying, are you even flying?
Yes.
I mean, that's what the training was for, so that we don't do that. You know, I feel like... Did you get the training?
Then
Where the
Will
fuck they scoop these two up from is the better fucking question.
looks around. You got a target anywhere so I can calibrate this real quick?
Target!
What hillbilly farm did they grab you to from?
Shitboard, baby!
You know. While we're here to roll some dice, right? That's what this is all about.
Sure, why not?
Why don't Will? Why don't you roll me a check to see how your modifications go?
Okay, I'm actually good at that.
Yes, I believe this is one of your triggers, isn't it?
Yes. So I have both the I don't. Here's the one question. I'm not sure if they both apply. I have the hack or fix
Okay.
skill, and I have the invent or create skill. I
Okay.
don't know if that would additively go to +4, or if it would just be I get +2 because like I'm just no matter what, like they overlap.
I have no idea. So you know what? For now, we'll say yes.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and roll a d20. So for all checks in this game, you are looking for most checks in this game, you're looking for a target number of 10. If you are particularly good at that, that's called a trigger, and you get to add a number to it, 2, 4, 6, based on how skilled you are in that thing. The particular ones that William is using here are, what was it, hack?
One was hack or fix.
Yeah, so
Literally that, like for more repair stuff, and then the other's invent or create.
So anything that he or I could argue broadly falls under those umbrellas, he'll get a bonus to the roll. So since this kind of falls into both, we're letting him do both. All right.
Good, given I need
So,
all 4.
so roll seven. So you,
Really quick, GM. Because we are bonded, and we're like next to each other.
I don't know that applies.
that is okay. That is actually no. That's a good question. That is a talent. That's mech based.
Oh, okay.
The two,
Okay, never mind.
the mech and the pilot things are separate, so it would not apply. But that is
Gotcha.
a good question. So
Cool.
yeah, roll the 7 plus 4, 4 and 11. So you manage to succeed. Like one of the techs kind of has to pop up at one point. Like they start replacing a couple of things. They're like, no, okay, this needs to stay here. Oh, you can take that, but okay, no, just a little bit. Okay,
He's got it. He's got
there.
it. Don't worry
And
about it.
then the tech will definitely like put her hands up, like I'm not responsible for this, but it's not going to blow up immediately. So yeah, you
Immediately.
you make some modifications. Yeah, you're good.
Which that was just a representation of the prototype weapon thing I got going.
Okay, yeah. You grab a weapon off, like one of the as you all are, the techs are starting to strap the weaponry you're sort of asking for. You're like, hey, I need one of those, and I'll take one of those, and hey, strap on that subsystem. You like open up one of the parts of your mech and start like shoving a gun in there. Like, that doesn't go. That normally.
Fine.
I think that worked. What? Yeah. All right.
It didn't work like
I
that.
had to grow up figuring out how to make this kind of stuff with scrap, man. Trust me. You give me real tools, I got no problems.
All right. Awesome. So,
Can't guarantee it'll work forever.
I guarantee it'll work at all.
I mean,
Listen.
something will happen for sure.
We're here for a good time. We're not here for a long time. Okay?
Yay, yay!
You two can catch yourselves the night. Thank you.
all right. Anyone else need doing anything special?
Are they getting in their robots finally? Are they happy?
Yeah, this is y'all are all mounting up as this kind of is going
Okay.
on. Will takes a little bit longer and y'all are taking a moment here to make sure
Okay.
that all of
Nathaniel
your
isn't going to try and pull rank then. Disregard.
okay.
Belle's just doing her pilot walkabout of the mech, making sure everything is intact, that there's no rivets loose, and before climbing into the mech itself, and then doing the check on the inside.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. So for Nathaniel.
Yeah. Really, all James was doing was turning off any safety notification messages that might have popped up while he was flying. Like, you know that annoying thing where if you drive a car, you don't put your seatbelt and it goes bing bong, bing bong. Like, he got rid of all of that shit.
Okay.
Now
Little
it's good
thing
to go.
flashes up on the screen. You are not the administrator. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's just get rid of that bad boy real quick. Alright, we're good. Very good. I'm ready.
Pseudo disable safety measures.
Yeah.
Fine. What could go wrong?
All right.
Bags just weigh you down.
And then they die.
Fair. Seatbelts have killed more people than they've saved, right?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
getting
that's
it.
definitely science.
All right. So, your checks will help y'all get all situated. You get up into your mechs. Your mechs, an important distinction that does not escape you. For the first time, you get settled in, seatbelts on, and you fire them up. Engines online, sensors online, weapons online, all systems nominal.
Hey, Will. This is Shadowfall. Check this out. He's got the robot too with the robot.
That's not.
I wasn't told we could dance. We can dance.
That popular far future dance move, the robot.
Do you really want us inventing far future dance moves?
You don't want this to happen.
It's gonna be that'd be a fun role for me to call.
That's a good point. Roll dice until we have a number.
All right. So you all walk your mechs out of the repair gantries with various levels of smoothness. A shuttle has been positioned in the center of the launch bay, and you see a tech team in full pressure suits boarding. Along the side, there are hard points, which light up for you on your heads-up display to show where you're grabbing on for the ride. As you all grab on, settle in for the ride over, the launch bay, everyone starts to evacuate as the launch bay doors open. And you see Ithaca. A great ball of blue and green, confusable almost for Cradle itself if you were particularly bad at geography. The artificial gravity starts to fade under you, and you are weightless for just a moment before the thrust of the shuttle shoves you back into your seat, and you are in the vast vacuum of the void. Space is home for some of you, but for others it is an uncomfortable reminder of the thin line that exists away from the comfort of hard dirt under you. On the way, William, as you glance down at the planet, your comm crackles to life, and a familiar voice joins you in your reverie. What a beauty, boss! Average orbit of 1.12 astronomical units, axial tilt lower than average, just under 16 degrees, orbital period of 398.76 cradle standard days, 2 natural satellites, designations, Ithaca 1, Ithaca 2. What poetry! Surface gravity of 8.6 meters a second squared, with its comparatively low mass, puts it in the 32nd percentile of inhabited Union planets. Tectonic activity has been deemed to sit at an ecological nadir. Solid place, boss!
Appreciate the heads up, Harvey.
Polar area is unremarkable, but those subtropics. Long growing season, favorable climate puts crop production within the 92nd percentile. This follows the whole way. You are treated to just the rundown.
Everything I need to know about this place.
Oh, yeah.
Everything you don't need to know about this place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely nothing that you need to know about this place.
Not a dang thing.
It is.
But that's my boy Harvey.
He's just helping out.
This is Shadowfall. You guys come in?
Use copy.
You guys want to race?
Yes.
I like you.
1, 2, 3, go.
I feel let's pause for a moment to point out you do not have EVA packs. You are holding on to this unless one of y'all actually took it as part of the.
Once we're there,
an
once
EVA
we're
pack.
there. I do
Just as an
actually.
aside,
I have 2.
If you
I don't know what made you think the mad scientist didn't have some way to fly.
in your mech you took one of the flying things.
Is
Yeah, I
that
have
the
the-
one that lets you
I have-
fly in space or underwater?
Yes, I have the EVA module. If I wanted, I could disconnect and be like, I got this, I'm good. I don't want
Well
this.
then.
I'm listening to Harvey. Just
Y'all
teach me.
Well, y'all are welcome to then. I'm just pointing out to the rest of those of us who don't have this that letting go of this shuttle right now is a really bad idea. But you're free to. Don't worry.
James.
We like
Huh?
really bad ideas here.
James.
Huh?
Del's just kind of hanging out there. She's waiting. She's like, she's super tempted, but she's only gonna go if you go.
Will?
Don't do it.
Huh?
Don't do it. I know it's fun. Don't do it. Just
Will?
you're gonna do it, aren't you?
If either of you twice let go of this ship, I'm shooting you down myself.
Oh.
If you can catch me!
Does he like go?
So sorry.
You're valid. If you let go, then so did Del. It's just. Everyone's gotta keep an eye.
Hey, this is y'all got. If you want to go for it, y'all are more than welcome
I have an
to.
EVA module and jump jets. I'm good.
I just have an EVA module. I don't have jump jets.
Oh, sucks to suck. Bye. She goes.
I believe that if I recall correctly, the EVA is all you're going to need to move in space. The
Yeah,
jump,
jump is like helping with the landing because you gotta actually land for the EVA to be okay.
Yeah, that's
yeah. You only need the first half in space. On the ground, different story. You're gonna want jump jets for that one.
I'll
But
figure it out.
yeah.
once you're at a certain height, everyone can fly once.
It's true. It is true. Okay, so three of our mechs will, as over the protestation of the shuttle pilot, who's not sure what's going on here,
Protestations of Nathaniel and the shuttle.
and Nathaniel, will toss themselves off of the shuttle and will alight towards this what has become a growing shadow in the distance, set back against the glow of the planet beneath you. So, as you head that way, your comms come aligned with the voice you recognize as Tactical Officer Commander Amara Kirsten. She is nominally in charge of keeping you alive in the field, providing whatever data the Ptolemaeus can provide, and directing you towards your assigned objectives. She will cut in, likely in the middle of a discussion about the intelligence of certain actions of certain members of our group. All right, greenhorns. Let's keep this by the book. We'll be dropping you into the exposed cargo hold. From there, you should find access to the centerline cargo spine. That should take you the length of the ship. Ensure it's clear for the tech crews that'll follow you. They'll take the bridge and we'll try to figure out what the hell this thing is doing out here.
Correction. They are flying there.
I'm sorry?
They're arriving via the ship. Flying, they drop off.
Well, so much for by the book, I guess.
It's fine. We're in comms range.
We can still hear you a little bit. It's fine. I'm just messing. I did that with my mouth.
I couldn't tell, Shadowfall. How convincing.
Thank you.
The ship, as you approach, is almost comedic, actually. The camouflage is hasty, to say the least. Just these huge chunks of interstellar rock secured to the sides by thick industrial cabling. To simple sensors and a very quick inspection, it could kind of be confused for an asteroid. But of course, as you all approach, you catch sight of the open cargo bay and the light shining out of it, and the shining metal within betrays its true nature pretty easily. So, the three of you all, what can I get a marching order?
Well, a couple of us are flying.
Nathaniel's in the back.
I think he
Yes,
needs-
Nathaniel is obviously in the back, as he is still on the shuttle.
I think we're looking for a 1, 2, 3 here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
do we-
who's taking the lead?
Well, then I think that depends on who's winning.
Yeah, who's winning the race?
Who's winning? Do we roll?
Dice off.
We should roll. This sounds like
Okay.
a thing to roll.
Sounds like What are we gonna roll?
That's a good question.
Yeah, this is going to be an opposed check. I don't know that. Do any of you have any triggers you're going to try to argue might be?
I mean, it's not so much try to argue. I literally have get somewhere quickly.
That is what that does.
That's an easy
That
argument.
is what that does.
That's
I don't
an
know
easy
that I have
argument.
to push that one too hard.
Yeah, no, that's an easy argument. I'd say you win.
I
I could-
also have get somewhere quickly as well.
I
Okay,
could
that's
argue
two.
stay cool for just maintaining course and not, flipping out and hitting the wrong button and going spiraling off into the broken space.
Sorry.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Take it? Okay.
Yep.
I watched that, but I don't know.
So, yep, everyone's going to be rolling D20 plus your triggers. I believe all of our triggers right now are 2. I don't believe anyone's
so
leveled any
13
up.
total for me. Oh wait, hold on, no, we're doing it. I think we changed up. So, blah.
Oh, it looks like William.
Hey, still 13.
All
We
right.
oh no, Joshua.
You and I tied. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you got a 13 for your +2, because you didn't just add the modifier in there. Yeah,
Yeah.
Then we tied.
Yeah, y'all are neck and neck through this race as you all toss yourselves off at more or less the same instant that your poor tactical officer mentions by the book.
Sorry.
Suddenly you fling yourselves forward and light your jets. Y'all are neck and neck the whole way until Neon decides it's time to really put the hammer down. There's a spark from somewhere in his mech that you don't know it's supposed to do that. But sure enough, there's a darkening of his thrusters, and he is suddenly booking it past you.
That's a trick.
All right, so
Not so impressive.
as you round the outside hull of the ship and get to this cargo bay just ahead of your teammates, and Nathaniel, you're not too far behind. They're still trying to race an actual spaceship.
Burning fuel.
The cargo bay itself is empty, very empty. The kind of empty a complete depressurization causes. And obviously, with the doors still open, it's not really a question. Why? The 0G drift of the trip over here, which didn't last long for most of you, as most of you were under thrust the whole way, as you skipped the last part where the shuttle kind of was drifting this way, gives way to the tug of artificial gravity below you, as your mechs touch down, followed by the shuttle. You glance around the bay. It's very empty. There's a blast door set on the far side. There's the actual entryway that y'all came through, and that's about it. As the tech shuttle sets down, the techs in these bulky pressure suits start to stream out of the gangway and set themselves to work closing and repressurizing the bay, while another group heads over to the massive blast doors on the other side, which leads up the spine of the ship. A few moments later, both tasks are complete. The outer door will iris shut, and there is a hissing of air, and sound returns to you out from the outside as the bay is repressurized. There is a sudden clanging and a loud shriek as the interior door begins to work its way open, and the wide gleaming hallway sits beyond, silent and dark.
So you said the area's been repressurized, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever they touch down, Nathaniel's going to take a moment to turn on the AI within his own mech and get out, and the mag clamps on his boot sort of click on and keep him sort of on the shoulder-ish.
Okay.
He's kind of just posted there for now.
All right.
Right, so it's just a darkened hallway and a door beyond. There were techs in here, though?
Yeah, the techs from the shuttle are...
The forward team, okay.
Yes, this is the team that will be following y'all as you clear the ship to actually take control of it and figure out if they're flying this thing out of it, if they're, detonating it, and just trying to figure out what this ship is doing out here.
All right. Is there any terminals or anything nearby?
Yeah.
Okay, Dell's going to go over to one of those still inside the mech, and I'm going to use my manipulators to try and hack into the databases and see what's been going on here. Anything that's left recently, or anything still on board. Any system still active.
Okay, so your one of the modules you connected was, as well as your arms, the massive mech arms of your suit intended for, combat and other mech things. Up just below the cockpit, there are just a couple of tiny little T-Rex manipulator arms, which are intended to actually still fulfill the function of a more humanoid-sized thing. So you can crouch down in your mech, bringing these manipulator arms forward, and you can just reach the terminal with your mech crouched down.
Just have to drop it, yeah. Right. Gonna push some buttons, beep, boop, beep.
Okay.
+2 hack and fix.
Yeah, go for it.
Does my manipulator arms give me any bonuses? Why can't CompCon help me? Sorry, give me a second here.
While she's doing that, can I
It just
look
allows
around?
me to do it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, while she's doing that, can I look around to see if there are any signs of struggle, or if there's anybody like planning an ambush, or the best places for an ambush?
Yeah.
And I'll like to use my assault with that, just in case we're getting set up.
I'm sorry, you're using your what?
Assault.
Okay, yeah. I would say that you could definitely argue that one. You can go ahead as well.
Physical die. Let me stop that. Bad habit. All right. So 16 total.
Okay. Okay. So a fuse. We'll go with call signs now that y'all are in your mechs. Fuse, which you find is the system is on lockdown. You manage to get into the first couple of layers of it. However, terminals along each section of the ship have been physically delinked. It's clear that whoever left here intentionally has set this place to be a little inaccessible. You get a time that the doors were opened. It was about a week ago, and it appears the ship has sat. There's no other activity, so it appears the ship has been inactive for the last week, basically.
Okay. Christ. Ship looks like it's been inactive for about a week here. They have delinked some of their comm systems in this area. Can't get too deep in. It's been offline for a bit. Surprised that anything's still functioning.
Shadowfall, as you glance around, kind of trying to take in the scene, figure out where would you hide in here if you were trying to cause trouble.
Mm-hmm.
This area itself, not a great place for anything like that. Everything's very visible, and everything was visible from the time you entered. This is just the front cargo bay. It's intended for ship-to-ship docking if necessary. So the idea is that there's as few as possible ways out of here or into here. So anything that's going to be in here, like there's a gantry up top for, if somebody is dealing with cargo or mechs in here or whatever. But outside of that, if somebody was crouching down in those, which you can visibly see as they are not, this is not the place for it. But there's a long, very dark tunnel that leads down there, and the light from in here only makes it a couple of dozen feet before it's pitch black. You know where the ambush is going to happen if it's going to happen.
With that in mind, with Nathaniel's smart scope, does that negate darkness? Because it's powerful electronic scope provides high resolution magnification up to 2 miles and automatically adjusts for wind, gravity, and pressure. Connects to HUDs and everything else. I'm not sure if that would necessarily be a thermal or something along those lines, or...
That is another good question. It doesn't say anything particularly about like negating dark or anything, though.
No.
Yeah, I would say not just because it doesn't say. We can look into it later, but I will say no just because it probably has some thermal aspects to it. But at very least, you're not seeing anything down this hallway right now.
Gotcha.
Well, I know where there's going to be trouble if there's going to be trouble. Want to see if there's going to be trouble?
Well, that is kind of why we're here, isn't it?
Then let's go cause some trouble.
Well, okay. Beat me to it. I was
Well,
gonna say he wants to go first, but I guess he made up his mind.
hello, friends. We've just been raided. What a great time. As we're talking
We're
about
about to blow
causing
stuff
trouble.
up.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
it's about
great,
to get
great
weird.
timing. Thank you, Welcome Party RPG. It is much appreciated. And welcome, everyone. We're playing Lancer here. It's a RPG about giant robots. And we're in giant robots right now and about to cause more trouble because that seems to be this group's specialty. All right, so
I was just happy to be here. I don't know what you're talking about.
okay, so once again, a marching order for me. How are y'all going to approach down?
Well,
I'm
this?
ready. I'm haul-assing into this goddamn
Yeah.
ambush.
I was gonna say, I think Shadowfall's got the lead on that.
Okay, so Shadowfall is. Are you just taking off down the hallway? Are you ready to go find some trouble?
I'm ready to go find some trouble. I know there's no ready actions, but he's gonna the first thing he's gonna do at the side of trouble is activate his project shield, protocol project shield, for himself, and
Okay.
just go.
Neon's
Okay.
going to be behind, but sticking somewhat close to him.
Okay, so
They'll
y'all
go next. Or
y'all
Fuse will go next.
y'all see Shadowfall and Neon take off down this hallway. Fuse, you quickly Control Alt Delete out of this panel and take off after them.
Basically. He's like, wait, okay.
Ranger, you are
He is in the back. He's as he's been this whole time.
okay. Are you mounting back up?
No, he's actually sending Rover forward, and he's actually going to be this hallway that they're rushing into. Is it presumably made out of the same metal material everything else is? And
Oh yeah, this is just deck plating all the way down.
yeah, he's across the ceiling, upside down, just walking across.
Okay.
Kind of.
So, a couple of our players have taken CompCon units, which are Companion Concierge. They are a type of very limited dumb AI that can do things like walk your mech forward, which is what Ranger is having his do, as he kind of jogs to keep up above. Okay, so we're just taking our hands and just shoving it in the bear trap. Is that what I'm understanding
Yes,
right
and.
here? Okay. Well, all right. So in that case, that
Caution is for the uninformed.
making the GM's life easy. I love it. So on roll 20 here, let's. Get y'all set up. All right. Grab y'all. And double check for me and make sure that everything's working as I do this, but y'all should now automatically have control of your mechs. I've set them in the journal to be y'all's. So.
You have to change what map we're viewing.
Oh right, yes. Let me move y'all. All right, there we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay, so our brave adventurer, Shadowfall, you are just about the center of this crossroads here,
Get some.
with Neon just behind you. Then Fuse trailing, and Ranger a little bit more safely back at the back of the corridor. So, Shadowfall,
Yeah.
as you are crossing this threshold, and as you were, booking it down this hallway, you're glancing, and you're passing these occasional just like cargo bays. They're small doors that open into, and you're not seeing anything inside of them. There's the occasional like box or anything, but you're looking for answers, and you're looking for trouble. None of that in there, just some boxes and stuff. Boring. So, you keep booking it up. As you reach one of these intersections, you're about halfway through when suddenly the ceiling tiles above flip up.
Turrets.
And you see 2 turrets descend. Meanwhile, mounted along the wall, these little doors slam open, and a series of small drones begins to rocket out, followed by what appears to be some sort of engineer bot. It looks to be like it might be meant for some sort of repair, shipboard maintenance, that sort of thing. And so, we are going to be in initiative. So, Lancer initiative always starts with the players, and they may select who goes first.
I think we should just go in order of whoever got there first.
Alright, so we're just going to go by who's here. Okay, cool. Well, then.
We could. I could go if you guys want to, but it's up to y'all.
I don't mind. I'll go. Okay. Let's see how this works. I got a lot of reading to do. Can you make this? All right, we're close enough where bonded works now, right?
I believe you actually need to be next to each other. It's like actually adjacent.
Shit.
Yeah.
All right, then never mind on that
Let's go. I can come up from behind you.
We'll say you said you were activating a protocol?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna activate protocol Project Shield.
Okay, so to explain to everyone, protocols are these like automatic effects. You activate or end them at the beginning of your turn as a free action. So it's just basically turning on a passive system.
Yeah, so he's rocketing forward to try and find where the uh-oh is, and when he finds the uh-oh is, he hits the e-brake, and he puts the mech's arm up, and a shield is projected in front of him, and he grabs his thermal lance and gets ready to fuck some shit up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So the drones kind of circle towards you. The turrets are up, start to rotate towards you. What are you doing about it?
They seem to be grouped together real nice right now.
Yeah.
So I would like to attack using my main cannon, which is a mortar.
Okay.
And it has a blast of 1, and its range is 15 feet. So let me see.
Yeah, everything's going to be measured in hexes, basically. There's no set. I'm going to say that hexes are probably 10, 15 feet if you ever need a measurement. But it more just represents the control area of your mech.
Okay, then
I'm
gonna just go fire off that mortar.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what happens.
Okay, cool. So a blast of 1 means that it will spread out 1 in every direction, basically. So you can get any of the the groupings of 2, basically.
Okay.
You can get the center, the left, the center, or the right.
I'm going center.
Okay. All right. So the engineer bot. And the lead assault drone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And can we use our triggers for combat in this? Because I have
triggers.
assault.
No.
Okay, I didn't.
Triggers are just the person thing. Talents are the mech thing. The two system,
Gotcha.
The narrative system and the combat system are pretty much entirely divorced.
Gotcha.
So this is the combat section. Yeah. Okay.
Rock and roll. So
You do have your talents that apply, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think any of my talents are going to help me with attacking. Let me see. Sorry for taking so long, y'all.
You're good.
Oh no, we're all learning. So I'm also figuring out how blast works.
Ace with execution. Why didn't I fucking attack with my goddamn melee? Well, because I don't want to run in the middle of it until everybody's up.
Are you sure?
Well, when you hit with a heavy or super heavy melee weapon, you can make another melee attack with the same weapon as a free action. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. He wouldn't be careful. Not James. James is a wild man.
Okay, so forget the mortar. We're charging in.
Yeah, fuck
We're
that
getting
shit,
into some
yo!
CQB. Okay.
And so it begins.
Okay, so I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry, Nathaniel.
I'm so
Sorry.
I'm so sorry.
We've
So I'm
made
gonna
it precisely one move.
I'm going to use my thermal lancer.
Oh.
My thermal lance.
All of my other players are usually way harder to convince to make mistakes. Go for
Fuck
it.
that shit. I'm going in.
How else do you learn? This is a new system. We need to show people what not to do.
That's true. That's true.
Alright, so this is attack number 1. That's an 18 plus.
What
I
are
don't
you?
know.
Which one are you hitting? The engineer or just the?
I'm hitting whatever the fuck that thing is.
Okay, so the lead assault drone. Okay, so
Yeah.
18. Okay, so this is what's known as a grunt. It is. It has 1 hit point. If you tag it, it's dead. So pretty much immediately as you fire, as you boost up, it's also flying a little, so you probably have to hit the jets a little to get up to it, and you just put your lance through this thing. It just detonates against your lance and
Over the comms,
is
you guys
gone.
just hear woohoo! And then I'm going to use Executioner to make my free action attack against this guy.
Okay, and so the lance is a super heavy weapon, right?
Yep.
Okay, so and normally, to explain to everyone here, normally a super heavy weapon you get the 1. But you have a talent that when you hit with it, you get an extra. Is that what the talent does? Yep.
So yeah, Executioner. I just changed away from the talent page, but it says when you hit with the heavy or super heavy melee weapon, you can make another melee attack with the same weapon as a free action against a different character within threat and line of sight. This attack deals half damage if successful.
Okay, cool. Good to know. Okay, so yeah, so you smash through the first one, and now the engineer bot is still within your range, so you can go ahead and make your attack with that. 6. Okay.
God damn it, James!
That will not hit. Rolling a 6. Another quick note for our viewers out there. I know you can't see our rolls, but essentially all rolls to hit and everything are done against the target's evasion, which is a number I have on their sheets here. And it's essentially like AC in Dungeons and Dragons. You roll to hit that, and if you hit, you do your damage. If you miss, there you go.
Right, and there's one last thing I'm gonna do here, because I am an ace. Anytime an attack misses, I can fly up to 2 spaces in any direction as a reaction.
Okay.
So he's gonna swing and go, whoops!
I made a mistake! Okay, cool. So you jab out, and then hitting the boosters again, you kind of back off from it. Does that trigger reactions?
I don't know. I mean, he probably. So if one of them has a reaction to hit me, he probably can.
Yes, anytime you're moving in or out of threat, they'll get a reaction attack.
Yep.
And the talent would say if it doesn't.
Yeah, and it does not say that. So
yeah, like this movement ignores engagement and does not provoke reaction.
Yep.
Okay, so the one you're next to. Let's see.
Dude, my evasion is whack.
What's your evasion?
Well, it's 10, but it's an additional +2 difficulty because of my shield, so it's 12.
So that's actually a.
That difficulty's way different than that.
It's not like a -2 or anything. It's like a -d6.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
-2d6, but you just take the lower between the two.
yeah, they get too difficulty when they try to attack me, so that's great.
Okay, that's pretty cool. They get 2 difficulty. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
his shield gives them 2 difficulty for attacking.
Yeah, just to hit him is yeah. All right. So, well, as you are going to,
What's your evasion so high? Crazy.
this one is.
Wait, my evasion is high? 10 is high?
I'm looking at mine.
You're
I'm going,
rolling-
I guess so.
Most
Are you-
most attacks are basically just going to be a raw d20.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 10.
Also,
10
are you
is
looking
decent.
at your personal evasion or at your max evasion?
That's also important.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, people are a little harder to hit, but when they get hit, then I get to roll in a different table and it's bad. Roll for vaporization. Okay, as a reaction, the engineer will kind of it wields almost this like flamethrower thing in your direction. Looks like a plasma cutter that's just like opened to a very wide field. It is going to make a tech attack against you.
I mean, it doesn't have to.
I mean, it's
Just
kind of
saying.
tough.
Yeah,
So what I need from you is your E defense.
Oh, my E defense.
Yep.
My E defense is 8.
8. Okay. So let me get the
I don't like how you
get
said that.
the dice out here. Well, it rolls an 18, so
Is this a ranged or melee attack?
No, this is a tech attack.
Oh, tits. Alright.
So you're going to take 1 heat.
Ooh! My heat capacity is 6.
Okay.
So I guess it's now 5.
All right.
Oh, cry me a river.
Yeah, so the way heat works, basically, it's you're going to build heat up, and once you hit your capacity, let me know.
Oh!
Let me know.
Okay, so... Alright, cool. That's
Let me know when you hit. Let me know when you hit that number, and we'll talk. We'll talk, you and me.
I'm at 1 heat right now.
Um,
Ooh, if I want to use my flight system, that's going to give me another heat. I need to not do that.
Where are you flying?
You never know, man. Sometimes a guy just wants to get out and fly.
James, we're indoors.
Will you stop telling me what to do? You're not my real dad.
all right. So then, okay. So now the turn comes to me, and I once again, I get to choose. So I'm going to have the engineer bot go again. So let's see. I'm going to use predatory logic. It reaches it like there's a blast of electronic noise and Neon. What's your E defense?
Oh yes. 8.
8. Okay.
Hey, twinsies.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
an 11, so that's going to work. You. What weapons do you have on you?
Oh, good. I have a tactical melee weapon, which is my big old mech hammer. I got
Yep.
a shotgun, and then I
Okay.
got my big bugger, the thermal lance.
Oh, wait, I know what it wants.
Yeah, do you?
So I'm going to need you to make an attack against Shadowfall with your lance.
For several
Wait,
reasons.
immediately after
Oh
you...
yes, I actually missed.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
thank God.
Yeah, but I do believe some things happen still with your lance.
Right? Yes. No. Yeah. Oh, I got 1 heat. Yeah, I got 2 heat, pal.
Okay.
well,
Actually, hold on.
I
We
just-
forgot to resolve the second part of that attack.
GM, I hate to interrupt you.
Hmm?
I just read Thermal Lance, and it says immediately after using this weapon or system, the user takes 2 heat.
Yes,
Ooh.
that's what I just said.
Oh, no, that's for his.
For me,
I also have a thermal lance, and I swung with it twice.
so you may be confused because you were just first of all, the thermal lance isn't super heavy; it's regular heavy. Second of all, the thermal lance isn't like a lance; it's a big old like two-handed beam cannon thing. It actually shoots out in a line, 10 hexes straight ahead. Anything in that 10 hexes gets tagged.
Well, let's check our
I mean,
gear here.
it's still technically a melee weapon.
Hold on. Let's see.
I mean,
let me make
anything's a melee weapon depending on how you wield it.
It's true.
I'm just gonna say, because I attacked with it twice, I'm currently at
4 heat.
No, I am at 5 heat.
Oh, that's right, because the extra one, you in the... He's into the danger zone.
Oh, no, we have even better news. Okay, yeah, we'll, if you want that to be a melee weapon for now, we'll roll with that and we'll figure it out later.
Man, this went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Oh, we're not done yet. We're not done yet, because the second part of that attack that you took the 1 heat from, at the beginning of its next turn, which just happened, you take an additional 4 heat.
Oh,
Me?
Yeah. So you're at 5 right now, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we go up 1, and then then it resets. So you're going to take 3 more. Your heat is now at 3, but you are at 1. Your reactor is at 1 stress, and I need you to roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Let me find that heat chart.
I rolled a 1.
A 1, that's usually bad. Overheating table on a 1. Meltdown. Okay, so no. The question: how many stress do you have?
4.
4. Okay, so you go down 1 stress because you hit your heat max.
Okay.
And then because you rolled the 1, meltdown is based on how much stress you have. You only actually explode if you have no stress left, and then you roll a 1.
Okay.
So because you're at 3 stress, your mech becomes exposed, which exposed means you will take double damage.
I knew these were clearance max. This is bullshit. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Alright, so that will be the... Oh, actually, no, the engineer bot is also going to take this opportunity to back up down the hallway a little. What's its movement? Speed of 6, so 1, 2, 3...
I knew I shouldn't have turned off the air conditioning.
Alright, yeah, it's going to back up down this hallway.
F's in the chat for you, boy.
Oh, that was a quick tech. Okay, so it gets 1 more. It is going to put a lock on you.
Oh, me?
On you, yeah.
Me?
So the next
hey.
attack against you will have an accuracy on it.
Hey,
Yeah.
what's up, man?
We're giving you your chance to learn combat.
Hey.
We did,
Relax.
all this we did all this nonsense last week, man. Now it's your turn.
This time I have a controller. Last time I was just using damage. Controllers are a lot of fun and really change up combat. Like suddenly you skyrocket 10 heat. Okay, so it is back to y'all. Who's up? I believe Neon. Yep.
I'll go, but also I just want to address. You remember when James was like, "I'm going to turn off all my safety protocols."
I saw.
I really just need to mention that.
Yeah, this. Yeah, I saw Mr. Valor mention that in the chat. It's like, there's no mechanical repercussions to that. But
Okay.
But if he does explode, I do have a really great canon reason why.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna move up and give him a little assistance here
All right.
because he clearly needs it.
Looks like, yeah.
So
Yeah.
now that was exactly 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're good.
Yep.
Now that we're next to each other, bonded kicks in.
Bonded, yep.
Both have it with each other.
Mhm.
On anything we do, we got +2 accuracy.
Yep.
So, and I'm gonna take the thermal lance, which is not a melee weapon.
Again. Make your second.
Clarification.
Thermal
And
lance
I'm gonna
attack.
fire it off this way, over Chia. I don't know if that's showing up.
You just have to hold down on the screen. like
I'm
that.
just making over in this direction.
There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you have a line
And it's
there.
a line,
Yep,
so I'll be able to
gotcha.
attack both of them with it.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna do.
Oh shit! Then my thermal lance should have hit both of them first time I attacked. Never mind.
All right. Just making sure I don't have anything else I need to incorporate here. D1. No, we're good. Okay. So we're gonna roll. Advanced roller. We're gonna roll 1d20. We'll do the d6 after. And then. Oh shoot! Okay.
Okay, well, you got...
That's what I'm saying. I got the DC. I still have the chance.
Okay, so
My best is a 9.
Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so we're going to take another moment here to explain accuracies and difficulties. Basically, the way that this system's advantage-disadvantage system works is you either have accuracies or you have disadvantage. For an accuracy, you roll a d6, you add it to your total. For a difficulty, you roll a d6, you subtract it from your total. Multiples don't stack, you just roll multiple and then you take the highest of them. So if you have 2 accuracies, which Neon just did, so he rolled 2d6, they were a 3 and a 2. So he took the 3, added it to the 6 he rolled on his d20 for a 9, which actually might be enough. Evasion 8 and evasion. Oh, they're both actually evasion 8. So that will hit both of
All
them.
according to plan.
That will destroy the grunt.
Nice.
And
For the other
roll
one,
your
it is
damage.
1d6 plus 3.
Yep.
Bam.
8. Okay. So about half of the turret's health vaporized, and the drone beyond just gone. All right.
All right. I'd like to go next.
Well, first, okay. So now it's back to me,
Okay.
and the turret because of the lock on with an accuracy will will fire at you. So that is a 6 plus a 6.
Hey man, relax.
that will hit.
Does it have to though?
I'm afraid so.
Okay. And they're still not attacking me with evasion. They're going straight to my Edifits, huh?
Oh no, this is evasion. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
what did they roll?
12.
Damn it, that match.
So that is with the heavy assault rifle.
Oh, it's gonna be double damage too. Ooh, not looking great.
Oh
for
right,
you,
yes,
boy.
because you're exposed. Yes.
Yep.
That is 12 damage.
How much damage did you just say?
12.
I have 10 hit points.
Okay, cool. So now we get to explore how structure works. So, similar to heat, what happens is, so you have 10 hit points, you take the 10 hit points, then you
Yep.
take 1 structure damage,
Yep.
and then you take your HP resets, and you take 1 HP damage. So you're down to 9 HP, and you took 1 hit to your structure, so I'm going to need you to roll a d6 again. And we'll look at our structure damage
I
table.
rolled a 2.
You don't
A
want
2.
that. You want higher numbers.
Well, you know what I'm doing the best. Wait, here. Hold on. I rolled the. Let me roll a D20. Maybe. There we go. 3.
3 is a system trauma. Part of your mech are torn off by the damage. Roll another d6 for me.
What the fucking fuck?
Yep. Welcome to Lancer, baby.
I rolled a 5.
A 5? Okay. So a system, on a 4 to 6, a system of your choice is destroyed.
Your choice.
Your choice, yeah.
Okay, like,
So any system that you have.
It's like Sophie's choice, but with robots.
oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh fuck. Okay. You know what? I guess I'm not gonna. Fuck. I'm gonna destroy my Type 1 flight system.
Okay, so yeah, it strikes one of your jets, and it just a series of detonations rips through your mech, and you can no longer fly.
Fucking bullshit.
Okay, we are to fuse, I believe.
Yes. We can do me next. Do you want to go for Ranger? I can go though. We're good.
Whatever you'd like to go ahead, feel free.
Sure. All right. Fuse is going to activate a protocol to move up so that I can take my 4. I'm just going to move back for a second here so I can figure out my distances. So movement speed is 4, and then I should be able to get, oh yeah, super easily. So normal movement speed, free action, and then I'm going to stab it with my sword.
Okay.
Let's see here. So that's my main melee weapon. I get accuracy from duelist. Let's see here. Plus 1d6, pop. 17.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
Okay, and that hits.
Yep.
What's my damage on this thing? I just remembered that kind of is an important factor, isn't it? It's 1d6 plus 2. 1d6 plus 2. Okay, didn't like that. I forgot to put R. There we go. 7 damage.
7 damage, okay.
And for my, yep, I have my free action. Second quick action, I'm going to take the thermal pistol and shoot this guy over here.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. I think that's just a flat 1d20, no accuracy. Unless it was, if it hits anyway, but if it's engaged with somebody else, an adjacent ally, no, I have to be next to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, that
So
hits.
15. Cool. They take 2 energy damage.
Okay, yep. Down to 5.
And
Okay.
I think that's my turn.
All right. Well, the turret that you just hit will turn and shoot you.
Unfortunate.
That seems the pertinent thing to do when
I
something's
am right in front of it.
stabbing you. Okay, it rolls a 5. That would nominally miss. However, their assault rifles are reliable, which means they always do some amount of damage. So you will take 2 points of damage.
Jesus
Understood.
Christ.
But you
Assault rifles is big, and I'm standing right in front of it.
Yeah,
I would
but
be
you-
surprised if it didn't hit me.
you dodge the 6 damage that is a hit.
Nice.
All right, so that's my turn, and now it's back to y'all. So Ranger, you're up.
Okay, the black bot in the back hasn't been targeted yet, has it?
No,
Back there.
it is still at its full HP.
That's the engineering drone, right?
Yes.
Okay. With the AI at the head, it's going to line up with the anti-material rifle, and I believe it's well within range with this thing. Oh yeah, 16 hexes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay, and with your so your AI is piloting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I believe that is. What effects does that have?
Nothing. It's just that I don't have to physically. We can take independent actions, both pilot and mech, in the same turn.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure if pilot weapons would be doing any damage to these anyway, or how that works.
I believe that if we check the pilot gear, I think that they just do very low damage. You know, the danger is more if you are
Squish.
if one of them targets you, you're getting hit with a mech weapon.
Right.
And
Gotcha.
yeah, that's more the damage of being out of your mech in a fight.
Fair enough. Well, nonetheless, he's still holding back. Mech will take a shot.
Okay.
16 hexes. D20. Probably not gonna hit 4.
No, that will miss.
Then I will use the quick action to take a heat and reload.
Okay. Yep.
Next.
You overload your mech to get another quick action, which you use to reload your sniper rifle.
Do I have to take a overcharged tick, or is it just take a heat? 'Cause I'm not sure
Oh
if
yes,
you
it's an overcharge tick. Yes, as you overcharge more, it costs more and more heat.
Okay, so
it's just the one
next
heat
would
this
be
time.
Plus 1d3 next time worth of heat, I assume.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I believe that was something we missed in the last thing. The more you overcharge, the more heat it starts to build. The first
Right,
one is
then I'll
1.
end.
Yeah. Okay, and that is it. All right. All that's left is this drone. Let's see what it can do. All right. It has 5 movement. It will move over this way and will suppress you, Shadowfall. So, you are impaired. And if you move, it gets to shoot.
Okay, yeah, just I got a whole pile of blocks here. Let's just bring it on. It's all good. I'm all right. I can't fucking fly no more. I'm exposed.
Okay.
Jason's crying a little bit.
Poor
Okay.
James.
That is all of mine. We are back to you guys. So once we hit the start of initiative, the players once again choose which order they're going to go in.
How y'all feel? Cause
I'm gonna vote for Noir should probably, I don't know, stabilize his actively deteriorating robot.
Probably.
Maybe.
I can stabilize?
Yes. Okay,
Just
so
like, I got it. Start hitting buttons.
as much as we've been joking, like, oh, my HP hit 0, like, you will go through that. You actually, there is a stabilize command, and when you use it, hold on, let me get the exact wording of all the options. Okay, you can clear all your heat and the exposed status. You can use up one of your repair things to restore all HP.
Which, as I believe your oh, okay, no, never mind. Exposed stays. So I thought it was till the end of your turn. So yeah. If you stabilize, it will you'll drop whatever heat you still have remaining, and it will end the exposed condition. You can also
You can clear other conditions so long as they weren't like caused by your own thing. So like, if, let's just say you have a weapon and it's like, if you use this, you're stunned next turn. You can't be like, well, then I'm going to clear the stunned. Like, no.
Okay.
Granted, I don't know which ones would do that off the top of my head. But there's that. You could clear an ally's condition, following the same rules. Clear a burn condition, and you can reload any loading weapons. Which, if you're going melee, won't be much.
And I'm guessing that's a whole turn type deal, right?
Yeah, it is a full action. You can again, you can overcharge, which is what Ranger did. You can take 1 heat to.
I'm not taking shit for the heat.
To get a quick action. Another quick action.
Oh.
Or you can just take your full turn and.
Now,
clear
see,
your heat.
now you've tempted him. Now you've set out the poison apple.
Yeah. Like I said, most players it's way harder to convince to make mistakes.
No, but it's real easy to make a mistake. Now this is where it comes to character. Like I've decided that this is gonna be a real Vin Diesel, Action Jackson type kind of dude that just makes bad decisions and somehow things work out. The dice are not agreeing with me at all, but that does not change his disposition. So, first thing I'm gonna do is let's see. Oh no, that's a full action too, isn't it? Power up for the rest of the scene. He gained 1 accuracy on all attacks checks.
No. Okay, so the comp con there is what power up actually does is like.
That is a mech ability. Like all mechs have like one super ability.
Right.
You can only use it once in like a day. Basically, you have to get fully repaired to get it back. You get 1 of those a day.
Yep. But that's not a full turn thing, is it?
So that's what I was saying, is the power up, as it is now, what it actually is, based on the comp con, is you can use it once, and when you do, you get an extra full action for the turn. But unlike with overcharging, you don't get any heat or anything. You just get an extra full action.
It's a protocol. So it's a free. You just have to do it at the beginning of your turn, but once you do it, it's a 1.
Okay. So.
But it's a once a day thing. Remember that.
I don't like the way you're saying that, man. It's like
I'm just saying. How many more times am I going to try to kill you today? And you only get the 1.
You're right. All right. So since protocols are free action, I'm gonna throw up my shield again because it goes away at the end of a turn.
Okay. Yep.
Then I'm going to repair. Yeah, I'm gonna repair and get. I mean, that doesn't fix any of the stress or the structure, and now I'm out. What?
No, but it stops you from taking double damage every hit.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll be alright.
You can clear the exposed.
I think you will be alright.
You're right. I'm gonna. I hate that. I hate this. I'm gonna repair.
Okay. So you clear the exposed condition.
Yeah.
All right. So you're no longer taking double damage. Okay. All right, and you still have your movement.
Oh, yay, cool. Wait, if I move, you attack me. Clever girl. I'm not moving.
Let me double check, make sure that's... Oh yeah, it also because it ends in conditions. Okay, so you were both exposed and impaired from the drone, so both of those are removed. Yes, if you move, it does still get to shoot you. That's an ability that it gains from locking onto you.
Yep. So I'm just gonna stay.
Okay,
still.
You stay put. Cool. All right. So I will The engineer will go again because it's the most fun. So let's roll to see if it gets that ability back. Nope. Okay. So it will. Can't use that one. Okay, yeah, I can do that one. Ranger. What is your E-defense?
9.
9. Okay. It is going to try to blind you.
Okay.
Yes, that is a 20. So you have line of sight only to adjacent spaces until the end of your next turn. Well, I guess your mech. Your mech does. Yeah. Okay. And then as another... let's see. Delilah. Or Fuse. What is your E-defense?
My E-defense is 9.
9. Okay. It will... 13. So yes, so you will take
Ouch.
1 heat.
Boop.
And then at the start of its next turn, you will take an additional 4 heat.
No, just 1 heat. There we go. There we go.
For now.
All the way up to 6. It's like, no. It's
For now.
For now, okay.
For now, just the 1. Okay. That is the engineer's turn. It can't really go anywhere else. So it's just going to keep powering in the back. Okay. And back to y'all. Who's up?
We're going to take a swing on it.
Go for it.
Once again, he's going to take another shot at the engineering bot with the
You do not have line of sight
Oh.
to the bot.
Right.
You blind.
Okay, in regards to that, I'm going to drop a smoke grenade at his feet.
Okay, cool.
Which I believe... It doesn't say if that's a full action to use those. Actually, it doesn't say what kind of action it is at all.
Is it equipment or a...
Equipment. It's the system, actually, excuse me. Systems, pattern A, smoke charges.
Okay. 3. Let me spend a charge from this system. That's a good question. I'm sure that is somewhere in the quick combat reference. We'll say quick action for now. That's a decent compromise. Because it would say protocol if it was free, I'm pretty sure.
Right. Well, in that case, I'm going to drop a smoke grenade, and then after that, I'm going to put down the Jericho deployable cover.
Okay. So
that
you
should be-
build a fortress.
Pretty much. They've got 5 evasion, the wall does at least. And any attacks that come towards me should have soft cover. Soft cover from it as well.
Yeah. So you are behind both soft and hard cover right now.
And that will be the end of my turn.
Okay. So back to that turret that got hit with the thermal lance there is going to fire back at you, Neon. That's a 2, so it will not hit, but you just take its reliable damage, which is 2 damage. All right, and that will be it. Back to y'all.
Let me get some blasting going on here. What is I'm at? Yeah, I can survive it. So I'm gonna roll over to here, and we're gonna thermal lance again like this, which should nail this Bubba's and this Bubba's at the same shot.
Yeah, somewhere in there they're in the line. Yeah,
based on the line. I'm like that's
yeah.
It's a little Tracy, but okay. We do D20. What the heck? Okay. I'm gonna need some good D6s here. Give me 2 of them D6s. Oh, I got a 6. Okay, 11.
Okay, yes, that'll do it.
Woo! I'll take it. And so that's 1d6 plus 3. 6 damage.
6
Bang,
damage.
bang.
Okay, well that's enough to
Each of
destroy
them.
the turret and knock off half of the engineering bot. Okay, and it is anything else?
Well, no. I'm not gonna overcharge or anything.
Okay, cool. So the other turret will keep shooting the person that stabbed it.
I wonder who that could be.
What is your evasion?
9?
Okay.
No, let me have a peek here. Sorry, that's probably incorrect. Evasion is 6.
6?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, that will hit then. So that is 6 damage.
Ouch. Ping, ping, ping. 3.
All right, and that will be its turn. It's your turn, Fuse.
All right. Dell's gonna go. She's gonna stab it again. Why not?
Go for
Second
it.
verse. Save as the first. Pop.
Yep.
That's a 3.
Nope.
I can. That's a rough one, buddy. That was unfortunate, but she's gonna try it again just with a regular old stab. I can overcharge though, can't I?
I mean, always.
How
That will give you another quick action.
So then I'll have 2 more quick actions since I've only spent 1 then.
Yeah.
We'll see how this one goes. I might do that. This is just a flat D20. 5. Yep, I'm doing it.
Okay.
Let me see here. Just looking at CompCon. I don't want to get out of this thing's range. Because it will try to hit me, and that will probably work. Recharge 1. So that's a plus 1d3. Right?
Oh, this is your first
Overcharge, yeah.
overcharge? So it's just 1 heat.
It's just 1 heat, yeah.
Yeah. And you have
There we
another
go.
quick action.
That's it. 18.
18? Oh, that'll
Yep.
definitely hit.
6 plus 2. 8 damage.
Nice. Just enough to kill it.
Yes, it does.
So, you light it up. Okay.
She's going to move back behind cover. And then that's her turn.
Okay. Good call. All right. The drone. Will this time at Neon. You're the one blasting away with a cannon right now while Shadowfall has calmed down. So it will suppress you.
I mean, that's not gonna last for much longer.
Yeah, so you
Wow.
are... Yeah, pretty much. Okay, and then it is indeed back to the player's turn. So, top of the order, who's going first? Okay, Shadowfall, go for it.
All right. So now that I know how this Thermo Lancer thingamajig works properly, there are only two baddies.
Yep.
I am going to move here, and I should be able to get them both in a line, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool.
So you're going to thermal lance the two of them?
Yep, I'll take that heat.
Yep, go for it.
Let's see here. Don't you fuck me, roll 20. You fucked me, roll 20.
No, they're 8.
Oh, cool.
Yep, I rolled a 9. They are both 8 evasion. 10 is around average for, like, evasion, so you don't necessarily need to hit 10.
The hitting
so yeah.
10 thing is for outside of combat, where
Yes.
that's your full number.
Outside of combat, you're always looking for... Okay, so it's going to be 4 damage?
Oh, that's gonna be 5 damage.
Okay, 6 plus 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay, well, we'll definitely detonates that, and it will leave the engineer with 1 lonely health.
And then I'm going to activate Protocol Project Shield once more for myself.
Okay. All right, so... what's your heat at now?
27.
No, my heat is now at 3.
Okay, so let's see.
Oh no, it's at 2 because I did repair. So I dropped all my heat, so now I'm back at 2.
Okay, yeah, just from the one... oh, it gets that back.
Yeah. Shut up, Garden.
Okay, well... it being fair, having made Neon shoot you... Actually, first, what's your E defense?
8.
What'll it roll? Oh, it rolls a 5. So,
I was about to say, hurt
you, having not dug around in your mech and made a bunch of changes and stuff, I mean, this...
I would like to say it's because of the software canoodling that I did.
It tries, yeah. So it will fail, its predatory logic will fail. You will not shoot Neon back. However, it will then try to heat you up again.
Okay, let's go.
What was your E defense?
Evasion? Oh, my E defense is 8.
8. Okay, well, it rolls an 8, so it gets there. So once again, well, actually, that's just 1 heat. Fuse. It is at this point you take 4 more heat.
4 more heat.
Yes.
Youch. Be-doo. 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 I'm at 5 heat.
If
Okay.
you want, I can turn that beeping noise off for you. I mean, I've been cooking this whole time.
Okay.
It's been kind
It's
of nice.
fine. It's just a constant anxiety reminder that I'm about to die. It's cool. I'm used to this.
Okay, so managing to stay below there, just below your heat threshold.
So close.
Yeah, that's the engineer bot's turn. So who's up?
Is the start of a new round?
Yeah, this is a new. So y'all are all everyone but Shadowfall is eligible.
You can
Right.
actually shoot now, in other words.
Yes. Also,
Yeah,
the blind condition is gone, and if you're doing your turn, I believe your smoke dissipates.
It's the end of my turn.
End of your
So
turn.
until
Okay.
then.
Well,
So until it is over, he's going to lean around the corner. He's going to take the sort of the over-shoulder RPG and flip it around forward. And actually, the range is 10, so I need to move up some. Use that. That's 15. My movement. So 4, I believe. What? 4 hexes forward. I can move.
Yes.
yeah.
It's in a range, actually. So I'm going to have to take another quick action to reload. And with that in mind, I'm going to have to take another overcharge.
Okay, so now it's 1d3, so roll...
Yes. Roll 1d3. Gotcha. So I can find the tab where 20 is. There's not a D3 option.
If you
so
roll just roll a d6 and it'll be 1, 2, 3,
Oh,
4,
okay.
5, 6. Okay, so 2. You take 2 each.
Okay. And then with that in mind, I'm gonna take a shot at bad boy over there.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
12.
12. That will hit, and with 1 hit point left, it vaporizes.
Yeah,
It's kind of like barely staying up, and you just splatter it against the wall.
Gotcha.
All right, and y'all are clear. Y'all have survived the ambush. How is Shadowfall feeling about his life
Decisions
choices?
in life.
You know, all things considered, guys, that wasn't too bad. And I'm a little sad that my flight system's gone, but I'm like so much lighter now.
There are pieces of you everywhere. I need to stabilize until steps away to just fix some shit inside.
Yeah. So with combat ending, your heat, because at this point you can take the stabilize action as many times, so your heat clears.
Does HP reset?
HP doesn't. Okay. So your mech has a repair cap, which with a bonus from your hull score.
Oh, good. I have +1 hull.
Yes. So.
Because I was like, I need that shit.
So you can use the stabilize action to regain all your HP at the cost of 1 repair. So whatever that repair cap is, plus your whole score.
So it says here, while resting, the Everest can be repaired at a rate of 1 repair per 1 structure damage, instead of 2 repairs. I have no idea what that means.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the Everest repair cap?
5.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then your pilot has a hull score.
Yep. Pilot's hull score is 1.
So you take 5 plus your pilot's hull, whatever that is, and hull represents basically your how good you are at taking care of your mech physically. Hull
So
is
if I
used.
have 14 hit points
Well,
and my repair capacity is 5, and I have +1 hull, then I use up all 6, and I am left with 13 out of 14 hit points. Is that correct?
No, so 1 repair restores your full HP,
Okay.
or can repair a destroyed weapon or system.
Oh, I'll be doing that.
I'll use 1 repair to
Okay.
restore full HP, and now my heat is now 0.
Yeah, so to do some of that, you would need to take an hour-long rest, which y'all can certainly do. But remember, you're in a hostile area. You don't know what might be lurking in these halls.
I don't think some of us have a choice.
But you can still you can restore your HP, but it's if you want to stop and repair a system, that requires a little longer. But if you're just repairing HP, basically you can still you can take the stabilized action.
one slight thing, because I was looking at my comp con, I'm like, that didn't add up how I thought, because I knew I had a point in hull. You get +1 repair for every 2 points of hull.
Okay, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That makes sense.
unless anyone doubled down on a hull, we're
I don't
gonna
think we
have
did.
5.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's just gonna be
Repair
5.
capacity.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
I also have another question that is a little off
Yes.
topic of this. So my pilot's electronic defense is 10.
That's yeah. Pilot and mech is
Separate.
different. Yeah,
Okay.
everything your pilot does is going to be separate.
Gotcha.
Stabilize.
Well, I mean, I would just like to fix my structure or remove stress if I could, if there's a way to do that. Because I'm a little close to exploding, and I don't want to be less exploding.
Yeah, unless y'all take the full rest, you're not going to be able to repair
Alright,
structure.
All right, fuck it, let's go in, guys. Woo!
But you can spend 1 repair to max your
Max your HP at least.
max your HP.
Which I will do.
I need me my HPs.
All right, same.
Okay.
And heat levels are good. I want to make sure because I was like right there.
But yeah, to do anything else, you have to rest, and that's an hour.
Okay. So we're not resting. So I'm just going to be a 5 heat then. If that's what you've decided.
Yeah. Last thing we want to be is caught in the middle of making repairs, and all of a sudden mechs show up again, and
For
we're
now-
actively trying to fix things.
For now, I'm going to say you can clear heat.
It's up to you. I'm good with keeping.
Yeah, no. For now, you can clear heat. I'm fine with that. I'm just because basically the way the repair and rest is worded, it wants you to rest to do that, but theoretically, you can also just like if we just let combat go to, we say combat goes 2 more rounds. You could do it in combat, so why can't you do it out of combat?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Works for me.
Because it's just the stabilized action.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
You can do it with just a stabilize. So you just take 2 rounds to stabilize, basically. Yeah. So
Okay.
it's
Well, I'm ready to go.
okay. Do we want to take a quick break here? Do people need a minute? Grab some water, bio break, all that. We want to take 5-10 minutes here.
What do you guys
I'm
think?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
sounds good to me.
Cool. All right, guys. So thanks for hanging with us this long. That was our first combat. We are going to take a quick break here, let everyone bio and everything, and we will be back to continue exploring the interior of the ship and figuring out what's going on. So yeah, hope to see you guys in a bit here.
local troublemakers.
Yeah, we just getting the shit.
Not like juvenile detention troublemakers. More like, little rascals troublemakers. Like heckling everybody, but no one like genuinely hated us.
Right, rabble rousers as term goes. So chat, what do you want to see out of a giant fucking robot tabletop campaign? Like, what are you guys looking for?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. What did chat think of the session? We can always get feedback.
Mech
Brats, love it.
All right, listen here, Floppy. Had enough of your shit.
We officially have a name.
I'm just kidding, I love you. Mech Brats? Is that the group name?
That's like that's like how they
and Dad.
For you two, maybe.
You know how they always have like the spin-off series with the chibi characters? That's
oh my
you got Heavy Mecha and then Mech Brats.
I agree wholeheartedly, kid.
Broly has some opinions. That would be my 5-year-old. Apologies, chat.
Hey.
Mech Brat number 1. No, I'm just kidding.
You have no idea.
Could you imagine if you can't have a robot?
Mech
Brats.
I'm a Bratz!
He has a really nice picture that he drew of a mech robot a couple of months ago, actually. I should probably put that in chat sometime. But I was just pulling up the picture that I drew of Dell to drop.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, make sure that y'all check out Discord. Make sure you join us in the Discord to chat about everything about Lancer and the game. It's a really cool system. If y'all, I'm really loving it.
I'm gonna need one of you guys to drop in a chat because I'm not signed into Twitch right now. But I'm just gonna Dell 2. Sure.
Oh, Nightbot.
I know. I have Twitch open. I'm not signed into Twitch.
Yeah, there we go. Check out the Discord. Come join us in the Lancer room.
I got a sword. I should probably do something legitimate at some point.
Yeah.
I still have to.
Oh, that's fair.
Color this.
So, chat, who do you guys have money on dying first?
Okay, look, that's just a sucker bet at some point.
Who do y'all think
Before you put your bets, let me tell you, the odds on Shadowfall are plus 400, so it takes a bit before you make any money back.
This is because you're the only one who heard my I'm planning on a low body count campaign, isn't it?
How did we do the session 0 and I walked away with, you know what I want my build to be? Constantly catching fire.
Oh, hold on.
I'm just gonna point out so I met up with Noir because I ran him through a little bit of like the combat stuff, and I realized I forgot in our session 0 to mention I kind of intend this to be a low body count campaign. Because I think Lancer kind of tends towards that, just because your mech gets blown up, you don't get blown up, but. Yeah, no, Noir's over here heard me say that and decided that he can just
challenge accepted.
Go off.
I told you guys I was going full Vin Diesel for the Fast and Furious series. Y'all thought I was joking.
You know that Vin Diesel knew what he was doing.
So does James. He's alive, right?
Do you remember the whole conversation? Almost had me.
It doesn't
You
matter.
never had me. And then goes down a list of the reasons why. Because he was knowledgeable on the situation.
James is also knowledgeable on the situation. Noir, not so much. Look at James, he knows exactly what he's doing.
I feel
that's why he's still alive.
James thought his big two-handed cannon was a spear.
It says melee
I was trying
weapon.
to hit someone with
it. It really doesn't.
It does.
It does say
I have
melee
the
weapon.
thermal lens here. It says line 10. How long do you think it is?
Hold on.
That your spear goes 10 hexes across.
I will make you see. I am not wrong here. You are wrong.
I'm really gonna laugh if Noir somehow got a hold of beta 1.1.
Right.
And is using rules that just are entirely different.
He's just playing by a whole different book.
Because Lancer actually went through a pretty impressive beta process. Like, I read some of the earlier ones as I was thinking about firing up a game, and I kind of wanted to see what some of the ideas looked like, and oh man, it was real different. And a lot of stuff is coming out in the new expansion. Like, they're actually doing a monetary system and stuff.
Much like GMS mechs, GMS weapons are reliable galactic standards, made using interchangeable parts and built to withstand almost any conditions. There are 3 lines currently in production. The Type 2 T2 line displays GMS proprietary charged melee weapons. Oh, and energy weapons.
Oh, there we go.
That's what I was like,
We got there.
I was like,
We
I
got
pulled
there.
up right in front of me.
Oops.
I cannot
Oops.
wait till he gets to the end of this.
Oops.
We got there. We got
We're
there.
gonna just switch that out with a tactical melee weapon. Unless somehow that's a motherfucking charged explosive weapon.
I imagine you probably want like a heavy charged blade. I think that's the closest to what you're looking for. Because
Yeah,
okay, so that has armor piercing, which means it ignores armor. And I think it looks like it has the best damage
Yeah.
of
Also,
the.
It's like superheated with plasma, so you're basically sinking like a lava sword in someone.
Yeah. So that's probably more what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Apes.
Did we run into any other? I'm trying to remember what other questions we had. I think we had a question about activating systems. I'll need to look up how. What?
Yeah,
if
that's a quick action, right?
It depends on the system.
That's the house rule right now.
Right.
It's a house rule until I fix it.
It was brought up in reference to the smoke grenade.
Yeah, which didn't have, does not have a.
I think
That's
James
right.
is gonna
I'm trying to
get
look now and
Fuse
see.
killed. Hey, come on.
Okay, pattern A smoke charges. You may spend a
Shadowflow
charge
likes
missile from one
Fuse.
of
He's
them.
not gonna get her killed.
Yeah, I mean, I would. It doesn't specify at all.
Which probably means it's specified somewhere else.
Right.
Oh, you
But
think
the thing
his
is, like,
attitude
so
gonna get her
for like
killed.
the deployable cover, it does say as a quick action.
And it might just be then that it is a.
I would assume it's a quick action because it's like parsed out the same as like a regular weapon. So like, you know, firing a pistol, how you can fire one individual small weapon as a quick action.
Excuse me, Garden. That was an open invitation to race. Fuse accepted that on her own, so James cannot be held accountable for if anything bad were to happen to Fuse. Don't you agree with her, Kitty? I'm about to fight Chad.
That was my favorite. That was one of my favorite parts of the session. Was, I mean, unless some of y'all can fly. Oh, I can fly. Oh yeah, me too. I also can fly. And Ranger is just getting left in the back. I can't fly. I want to fly. Actually, no. He's dad. He's the dad of the group. now.
He's definitely the dad. Fuse, to touch on her backstory, just a touch. To say that she grew up a little bit isolated isn't that far outside the realm, but she wants to be friends with people and she wants to fit in. So you're gonna see a lot of this kind of like behavior where she's like, "Yeah, let's do it," because she just wants to be like, "Damn it." So that's where the let's race stuff comes in.
All right, Garden, you're right.
Yep.
James might get her killed.
It's fine. We die together. It's bonding. It's cool.
You roll, you die, you roll again.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
At some point, her extensive training will probably take over that, but for right now, she's like, "Oh, I'm working with people now. This is great. I love this. That guy's
let me
really
ask-
cranky. These two know how to have a good time. I don't know who's gonna get me killed first."
What's everybody's evasion?
9. Oh, do you mean like personal evasion? Like
Your
pilot
mech.
evasion, or are we talking mech evasion?
Mech evasion.
Look, I'm hoping we don't need a ton of pilot evasion, because that's harder for me to save you.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so what is pilot evasion? Is that if they're shooting at us?
Yes, if you're out of your mech and you get shot with, a cannon that you could crawl inside of, that's going to use your pilot evasion, and then we roll some dice. And
Okay.
that's the table that has you die on it.
You don't have systems you can throw away
None of these other,
when you're a pilot.
overheating doesn't have... Actually, no, overheating kind of does. But, there's no amount of damage you can take that will kill your pilot. It's not on the table. It doesn't exist.
You
But
keep saying these things, and
it does explode though.
heat does.
Explode.
Heat does, because heat Heat, it's like you explode, you do this much damage, everything within this pie plate takes this much damage, and your pilot is inside of that, and it is not a survivable amount of damage. It is not.
That happened in a short one shot that I did with some friends, where we were running the previous Lancer, before it actually got released, and he obliterated someone's mech that my character was fighting so hard that it exploded. And I took 5 heat right there.
That's really the
Just from that.
That always amuses me, because in Mech Warrior and BattleTech, so fusion reactors don't do that. That's not how a fusion reactor works.
Fission.
A fission reactor going critical, that does that. But a fusion reactor, if it breaks containment, it stops working. It just stops. It's impossible. And so, but for dramatic effect in Mech Warrior and BattleTech, you have these big fusion explosions, and the writer who does it, his name has become synonymous with hilariously, scientifically inaccurate drama explosions, and it's literally just called stack polling. So mechs don't, it's also not in the rules, but it's a lot of people's house rules that they've added stack polling, where if you die, you explode, because that's not how fusion reactors work. It's important for me to tell you that. Because
You're in a robot suit, so maybe it is how they do.
I can't wait till I
know it's not nuclear physics.
But anyway, in heat, it will still, if you go up to heat, it still happens. Your fusion reactor somehow violating all laws of physics. But hey, it's the far future, and evil
6,000 years in the future, we have FTL travel. Who knows?
and evil alien robots exist. So
And the guy stole a moon.
yeah. I'm just sad that the game is probably never going to run into that, at least for if we do another arc. But there's no way that you visiting spoilers for you guys. I don't intend.
You visiting Redacted.
I don't intend for Modest One to show up and take over this campaign, but we'll see. Maybe if I'm feeling spicy.
And I'm noticing that the fucking Atlas isn't on CompCon.
You can get the file on the and add it. You just have to add it because it's not a default one. Yeah, it's in the expansion.
Okay. Trying to fuck with chat some more. I like trolling them. Because they troll me.
Any other questions, comments, concerns? Things you'd like us to do better? Different? Not at all?
Okay, besides James, who do you guys think is going to die next besides him? Because it's a given. I'm going to... Oh, shit! Okay. So
Whoa! That answers that
Fuse
question.
is the answer. Fuse is going to be the next one to go.
The answer is just Meg.
True.
Meg, you're muted also, just so you know, in the fall.
I sure am. Sorry about that. Thank you.
No
it
problem.
did fall.
That's funny.
Oh, this
So,
stupid thing.
updated dying order, fuse, shadowfall.
Yeah, no, I've definitely bumped myself up there. Oh, this thing. I had it set up so nice and then it just decides to fall over for no reason. Hello, camera.
So, chat, what should our squad be called besides mech brats or brat mechs or bratty mechs?
No, I gave y'all a name.
I mean, yeah, but I'm... Wait, we're heavy mecha?
No.
That's
Your Union Naval Department Ford Team AQ8-T904-C.
Just
So, chat,
off
what do you think? Chat, what should our unit be called?
Mech Brats is yeah, it's of course going to be.
Kind of like my AI's full name is the Holographic Artificial Relative Variance Equalizing Unit. Unit is spelled with a Y, but don't ask why it's spelled with Y. It's just spelled with a Y. But obviously,
How
I'm
do
not
you spell
gonna
unit
call
with a
that
Y?
Y-U-N-I-T. Unit.
It's the future.
I'm sorry.
the
Did
future.
you design it? No. Okay.
To be fair, only 3 of us are the mech brats. We got Dad over here who's just doing his best, trying not to die along with us.
But, Kitty, the way you're spelling unit still has... wait, hold on.
Why?
It's very cyberpunk.
Harvey.
Very cyberpunk.
That's what Harvey.
Harvey.
See, mostly it boiled down to I needed to end it with a Y because Harvey is just is not hitting it. And then I was like, well, I don't care about conventions like spelling.
Yeah, you guys are still starting your unit with the U. He's starting his with the Y.
Y-U-N-I-T. Absolute unit. Oh, unit is the party name. We're the
The
unit.
party name. Okay.
Oh, okay. I have an answer for us now.
I don't like it.
It's a gun.
Wait, what?
It's the grenade launcher.
Right, that's what I was...
The smoke grenade is a gun.
What I was saying is when I looked at it, it was parsed out like a weapon, so I would assume you use it as a quick action, like if you were using an individual sidearm or something.
Yeah, exactly. That is correct. It just because it calls it smoke charges, it's a little unclear. So yeah, it is a quick action. Or if you take the barrage action and blah blah blah.
Hold on, I hate to interrupt you, but I need to yell at chat some more. You guys are disappointing me. Do better. I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at in chat right now, but I don't approve. Do better.
There. Yeah, you should see my home game.
Oh my god. You know what? I'm digging this. I want to spend 30 minutes after every show I'm in just yelling at chat. And let me tell you another thing.
Oh, chat.
Okay, then I wanted to check out the CompCon Assistant Unit. The CompCon can speak to you as a personality.
Hey, CompCon. Did he?
You want to go, Kitty?
Rip your shirt, man.
Yeah, CompCon's like
Shirt.
they have the personality of like any of the various computer assistants.
How to kill a drone? 300 meters, right?
But they aren't non-human persons. They are not a proper NHP, which is both good and bad for obvious reasons. There's no actual unique thought, but there's also they also don't go crazy. Because if you have a non-human person, non-human person is the game term for a smart AI, basically. It is an actual unique individual. Where they came from is horrifying, and if they get shot, they can go into cascade, which means they go crazy, and I get to control them, and I decide what the robot's goals are. And the goals are usually killing whoever's around.
Oh, that's good.
Gosh, my favorite part of Lancer is there's so many campaigns to run. Like, this is going to be, kind of a gritty military campaign, based on kind of, the standard military squad, platoon style story. But you could totally, like, I was watching Pacific Rim, and it was just like, you could totally run this in Lancer. 100% you could run this in Lancer.
It's why I don't understand, like we were talking about it, how there are people who get, like, big mad about the idea of introducing, like, aliens and kaiju, giant monsters to fight, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, yeah, it's a departure from exactly what's written, sure, but...
Well, I mean, like to me, an RPG has no RPG is about its lore.
Exactly. Like, this is a framework. You can use it, you don't, whatever. But I'm saying, like, it slides in perfectly. Just reskin what you're doing.
And you could totally do Power Rangers. Like, it would...
Absolutely.
I would want to finish
Not
it...
until we can figure out how to make all of our mechs get in together.
That's the only thing, is I want to take a campaign before I start doing a lot of homebrew. But after a campaign, when I... because the story of how I started GMing was breaking the crap out of 5th edition. Like, I just gave everyone these... I let them roll, like, the equivalent of 36 characters, basically, and take the best stat line. It was bad. Everyone had, like... There was one negative in the entire group, and most people had, like, 2 20s by level 4.
Nice.
That really breaks 5th edition, by the way. Bounded accuracy is real, and it works until you break it. And I broke 5th edition really badly, and learned a lot of lessons. So now, I play a system before I start doing dumb things with it.
It's fair.
So, stick to the rule book this time, and then later, we'll figure out how to give y'all a giant transforming... Sentai mobile.
I got it. I got this. If there's one thing William can tell you, I got this.
I'm really impressed that the captioner caught Sentai and did Sentai correctly.
Oh sure. I can't say captioner right without it saying something else like capture her. But Sentai, sure, fine, yeah, get that one, cool, whatever.
Oh, it missed Sentai on you that time. It just got it the one time that I said it. But still impressive the one time. So yeah, I would love to do a wide variety.
Someone keep 5 as a stat.
Absolutely, I would.
Wait, what? I feel like somebody's snitching on me.
Yeah, garden variety is in you, selling you out.
You're getting
selling you out.
That's me.
Yo,
listen.
It's a -3.
Get them out of the cat. Get them out of the cat now.
Listen.
That is a huge detriment.
If we're talking, listen, I mean, not to be like back in my day, but I mean, I started back in like D&D Basic, 3d6, no reroll.
3d6 down the line,
times.
right?
Run it.
Yep. 3d6 down the line.
Oh no! Hold on.
So
Time out. Hold on.
I'm listening.
And it's not like you were like, I pick a human and get a +2. There ain't no dang bonus stats.
Hold on.
Elf was a class.
Let me explain what happened.
Elf was a class. It was just a fighter that could cast magic.
Okay.
But you had to be good enough to be a fighter and cast magic. Oh, your stats weren't that good? Suck it up, pony boy.
Hold on.
Oh,
She had
man.
to roll 4d6. She got to keep the best 3, and she got to re-roll once. Okay, that's generous where I come from.
Whoa, no. If after all that you still end up with a 5, God,
That's your own goddamn fault.
specifically does not want you to have
Your
a
own guy.
You know.
God very specifically is like, nah, you good.
I'm down with negative stats. I have one monk character who has a -2 in charisma because you know that's your dumb stat. I don't care anyway. But
So I don't want nobody out here. Time out. She was a druid. She put it in strength. The fuck does a druid need strength for? You turn into a bear, you strong as shit. I don't know. We not gonna have this noir slander.
to a very strong shit. They need that for other things.
We treat you right. I treat my players right. Fuck you, kitty. This is fucking bullshit. Yeah, but
I don't know. This wasn't the game. I feel like this wasn't the game to argue you should come join my group. We all saw what happened in Noir.
I'm saying, yeah, no, he treats us right. What was the stacked up number?
Was it
4v9?
6 heat damage and then 12 12 damage.
You saw what just happened to me, guard. Go ahead, join that game and see what happens to you.
Like, I don't know if any of you have played a tactics video game, like Final Fantasy Tactics or something. There's some scaling that's supposed to happen. It's supposed to start off like 5 against 5, then 5 against 6, then 5 against 7, and eventually you get to these ridiculous like 5 against 9 fights.
That take 4 hours.
We
Hey.
went straight.
Standard array.
We went straight there.
Hey,
Right there.
you knew that those were grunts. Y'all could have knocked them right out. I mean, you would have given Engineer
I'm
Bot
sorry,
a
one
couple
of
of...
them was too busy setting us aflame.
I just see, like, the Imperial Probe droid for that one.
Exactly, the Dr. Orb. That's what
Yeah.
I call them.
Yeah.
Kinda. Download this.
Yeah, we
We
didn't...
did.
Cop
We
car.
did. We
It's
got
not
less
fucking
than level
working.
1.
We didn't do...
Things looking at us like, that's a real nice mech you got there.
We did not
Absolute
do...
shame if it blew up.
We didn't do controllers in the... or any E-War stuff in the test game.
No,
No.
we just shot at each other.
There
I
is...
caught flame of my own very specific
Yeah.
volition.
There's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do outside of that. Definitely check out, well, and even like, if y'all ever have like spare quick actions, like the lock on thing is a thing y'all can do, and it just gives the next person a accuracy.
It's really nice.
And it's just a quick action. So if y'all ever want to fire one gun and you have a spare quick action, lock on, done and done.
Drones loaded up. It's so nice. I have to relook at Hunter Killer and see what the heck it does again because I'm so confused.
Oh yeah. Then drones is another thing. That's another. That's the funniest part is all of y'all's combats for like the next 2 months are just going to be me writing combat so I can learn how things work.
Exactly.
But we'll all learn together. That's what we're here for. We're all learning this fantastic game of Lancer together.
All in this together. It's exactly.
Is that really where we're at right now?
It's where Dell is. Get on
When do
board.
we get our real mechs? Because I'm sick of this bullshit.
I mean, very quickly.
All right,
Like, if we hadn't cut short today, it would have been... The idea was we would finish this session. That's kind of the idea of it is... you're supposed to run one session.
Okay.
And then we get
Yeah.
a level, and then we get a dang thing.
Yeah.
That's all right with me.
Because I'm trying to put the Atlas in my ComCom, and it's not working.
Because you need to have the licenses.
No, I'm activating all the ones that I don't have a license for,
Oh.
so you can see all of them.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we
thanks.
were entertaining. Go enjoy your chili dogs.
Yeah, Garden. Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out.
Has chili dogs.
Right?
I'm having chili dogs.
I need me some damn.
They're making my chili dogs.
Oh, I'm jealous. I'm just
chili
having freezer pizza. I can't do it today.
I need to Grubhub some soda because I'm all out of drink.
Unfortunate.
It's so nice. The place I move, I can like just Grubhub groceries. It's dope.
That is pretty handy. I don't get that up here. But where I'm in it is a small town right now anyway, so I don't get to skip the dishes or the DoorDash. I wish it was back in the city. Man, I could have pizza and sushi on the same day. And have to leave my couch.
I haven't left this place all weekend. It's been nice.
Some of us aren't fit to be outside in the world where the healthy people are.
No. All I would do is infect it with my coronavirus that gave me superpowers.
That gave you superpowers.
Oh man.
Where the fuck? I know there was a booze joint that fucking Grubhubbed over here. I should probably mute myself. Nobody wants to hear this, but I'm lazy, so y'all just gotta deal with it. This is your world.
We're just hanging out now. We're in kind of hangout territory.
Pretty much.
Yeah, normally, just so chat knows, we plan to run 3 to 4 hours. Something just came up. They had to cut early, which is fine because I didn't want to run 4.5 hours anyway. If combat stretched, if the next combat.
Hey, I
stretched.
found it.
Yeah,
Combat's
spoilers.
all well and good.
Spoilers. There's more combats. If y'all didn't know, like I said.
Does there have to be though?
I think that
What?
depends on who bowls into whatever room next.
Yeah, that depends. Has James Shadowfall Lee learned any lessons today?
Oh, he has. Oh, he definitely has. One, the thermal lance is not actually a melee weapon.
It's an important lesson to learn.
Funny how that works.
And two, he's much lighter without that extra system.
I mean, that's
Other
fair.
Other than that, he's pretty much the same James he was when he rolled up in this bitch.
I mean, that's fair. That is fair.
The cold still sucks, Floppy. I feel terrible. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm very high right now off of NyQuil.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Shout out to Noir for showing up here. Just absolutely blitzed on cold medicine.
Oh yeah.
In no fits that we're all imagining going to the far future, and he's already there.
Oh my god, I mean I could smell colors right now, and I gotta tell you, Blurple smells like dirt. Get it? Because there's no such thing as Blurple. Okay. You know, this is the best I can do right now, folks. Okay.
You're doing your best, and that's all we can ask for.
What do you mean that was obvious? Don't think just because I like you, Floppy, I won't come and chat and fuck you up too.
Latest song stuck in everyone's head.
Ooh. Latest song stuck in my head.
I was just listening to it. I got it out of my head.
Nora Jones's Don't Know Why, because I just did that cover.
I know Kitty's
That
answer.
one. I did cover that one too. I love that song.
Okay, hold on, let me see, look, throw it in the chat. Ah.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on a second.
Here's mine. Woo!
It was Throw It Back by Missy Elliott for me.
Hey!
I love that song. I love Missy Elliott
Throw it
so
back,
much.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, so one of my favorite musical things is a 5-act long like rock opera.
If you say Deer Hunter's the Axe, we're gonna high five right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Put it here. And so I will go through a month where I'm just listening to nothing but the axe, like, just absorbing it. So I'll just have the whole thing, and that I'm on that right now.
Yeah,
You're just on that kick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've got severe daddy issues, so when I listen to "Son, Your
Oh.
Father's Not All Good,"
Oh,
I'm like,
my God.
oh.
This song is so good. Like,
Just
as somebody
break
who
the
like
chest.
doesn't have kids, like, has no reason to even be particularly touched by that song, it still is a gut punch
Oh,
song.
dude, I just cry to that song aggressively.
Oh,
Yo,
yeah.
craving that catharsis over here.
Oh, this album is like, oh man, we're gonna stop.
Manliest tears.
We're gonna stop before I spend an hour and a half just wrecking Chimera's channel with me talking about how good Deer Hunter is, because I'll do
I'm
it.
telling you, y'all need to get on Deer Hunter. They're so
Yeah.
good. Casey like retweeted me, and then he like liked something on Instagram because I was playing a
lose it.
show and I was repping the Pimp and the Priest shirt.
I'd
He was
lose
like,
it.
yeah, I almost shit my pants.
I've had a couple of those. There's nothing better on Twitter than the Senpai noticed me moments.
Oh my god, yes.
I've had a couple of them.
Yes.
Like that time that Chromatic Chimera told me that they were going to let me do a show for them.
And
Man,
here
like-
we are.
I know, right?
That was one of those moments.
I get
Oh, yeah.
starstruck by like almost everybody in the TTRPG community when they talk to me. I'm like, do you know who you are? What the fuck are you doing? Don't talk to me.
Well, who are
I
you?
feel like that about Gabe, honestly.
Who are you even like talking to? I have like 45 Twitter followers. Like, everyone to me is huge and impressive.
Oh, there's a lot of senpais. That's exactly it. Yeah,
Who's watching? Whew,
I've
shit.
gotten likes and replies from Laura Bailey and Liam O'Brien. No big deal. But B. Dave Walters is one of them too.
Oh,
like,
B. Dave.
Ishi. Yeah.
Mm.
Gabriel. was
LA by
really
Night
good.
fan.
For
I
me,
love
the
it.
closest would be there's been more than one situation where Matt Mercer has posted something, like I've commented or whatever, and he's commented on, and every time it's the same. I screenshot it and send it to my wife, and I'm like, listen, if I don't talk to you anymore.
Are we allowed to tell that
Things are
that
different now.
story, Kitty? Are we
Things are
allowed to
different
tell
now.
that story?
I'm a big deal.
Jason Carl slid into your DMs. Whoops.
Okay, so this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, so I'm just gonna say it. So we're at PAX Unplugged, and we're at the C-List show, the live show. It's like it's just started. We're 15 or 20 minutes in, and suddenly Kitty turns to me and she's like, turns to me and her husband that we're with, and she just looks at us and she goes, "We have to go. We have to go now. We're leaving right now." We're like, oh, haha, very funny, you know. Okay, no, Jason Carl just DM'd me. We're leaving. And it took me a minute to really realize. So she had been like tagging him throughout the weekend, like, "Hey, when are we gonna meet up? Hey, Jason, we should say hey at PAX Unplugged." And because it's just insane how active Jason is in that community. Absolutely
Really prolific. I love that
bonkers.
man.
And sure enough, Jason Carl like DM'd her and was like, "Hey, I have about an hour. I'm sitting at the bar and just working on some stuff. Y'all should come by and say hey." So
I would also.
we run out of this place. Everyone's like giving us looks like, are these people in like row 5 just walking out of one of the headline acts in the middle of it? Yep. And
110%.
Jason Carl is propped up with a laptop in this dark corner of a bar that isn't open. Just living the aesthetic.
The vampire dream.
It was amazing. It was the best moment of my life.
The
And yes,
only,
and
like, the
all
big-
thanks to Kitty.
the biggest senpai notice me moment I ever had was when Critical Role retweeted one of the songs I did, and then Travis Willingham commented on it. I was just like, well, I'm famous now. I'm calling in to work today. I'm writing these retweets to Hollywood.
The biggest one for me isn't even TTRPG related.
Oh,
Just dead honest. No, it's I got 170 something followers. Like I know it's it's sub 200 number. So when for lack of a better way of putting it, I enjoy an occasional day of punch the racist on Twitter.
I've seen you out there doing good work.
It's a fun day for me. It happens. So when one day I do that, and then in response, I go to pull out my phone and I see my Twitter notifications and I see Talib Kweli, green, blue check mark, followed you. And I've listened to Talib Kweli since I've been in high school. Like, first time I heard Get By, blew my mind. And I'm like, is this the same human being? So then I click and I look at the profile. I'm like, oh, millions of followers. It's blue check. It's real. This is why? What is how?
What is
and so we've had a couple interactions since. Actually, a really cool dude. But then literally, I sent it to my wife and just she comes to see me later. She's like, "Is that real?" And I'm just like, so, I kept it. What's important is I kept it cool.
No, absolutely. You've got to. Like, really, the biggest one for me, just in general, is Casey from Deer Hunter. You guys do not understand.
Oh, absolutely.
How brilliant this motherfucker is. I love him.
The greatest musical triumph of our generation and possibly of all time. A singular work of art across 5 albums.
The Gloria video, and that'll give you just the tiniest taste of the lore, and it's so good. It's so good. And now they have a comic book out, and one of my first follows on Twitter ended up being the guy that they hired to do the art for the cover of their graphic novel.
And this isn't 5 unconnected separate acts. These are 5 acts that the 5th act references the first, planned all the way through. Brilliant.
Y'all need to listen to. Anyway,
oh yeah.
Fluffy has another question for us. One of those, are you seeing this 2 moments?
Just on the topic on the senpai thing, I also forgot to mention that was we met Xander at a local con from LA by night. And that was super cool, and we got to talk to him for forever, and I got to do jello shots with Xander, and it was the best day of my life.
Alright, so... okay, so... I am just now really getting well acquainted with the TTRPG community, and that's why I'm freaking out over everybody once I learn who they are. But my first one of those "Are you seeing this 2 moments" was GameHoldCon last October. There was this lady. Like I went to GameHoldCon by volunteering at True Dungeon. And just in case you're wondering, that shit is hard. Like, they put you through the ringer. So, like, after you get off of your shift, you're, like, fucking tired. And so I walked to the hotel just to get fucked up. And there was this lady who had, like, a Bluetooth wireless speaker. And she was just dancing with everybody. And, like, they were trying to get me to dance and shit too, and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are, get away from me, leave me alone. And and I'm looking at everybody like, what the fuck, why is everybody dancing? I'm tired, go away. I'm gonna give you a description of this lady, and you're gonna know exactly who she is. At the time, I did not, and I was just annoyed. Like, you kept trying to get me to dance, but just this really tall, beautiful lady with very vibrant, colored hair. It was like pink, purple, blue, all the way down to about here. and she was rocking elf ears. And like I'm just like, who is this weirdo that keeps trying to get me to fucking dance? Turned out to be somebody by the name of Satine Phoenix, and I only realized later that was a big deal.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm glad I wasn't an asshole about it, but I was just like, I'm tired.
A little bit, just a little bit of a big deal.
I'm not dancing.
Just, what is she these days? Community manager over at Wizards? Just a minor role. She's just been on every show ever and run like funny, 2 or 3 at this point.
What's funny is, like, after that happened, I remember going home and there was an advertisement for this live TTRPG show. And it was just like, I think it was like Dan Radwell, some other people, and then it was like her, and I was like, "That's the dancing lady!"
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Well, at least one of my friends was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I had to run the story.
Accidentally met Satine Phoenix and had no idea.
Yeah, I got roasted so hard. It was hilarious.
Okay. I'm trying to see if I can. Let's see.
Listen, I'm also relatively new to this sphere, and like. This is the first community to accept stream with and everything is chromatic chimera and what have you. And I know without a doubt in my mind, first con I'm ever going to at all, point blank period, is going to be this year. It's all paid up. I'm going to Gen Con. I got the ticket, I got the plane ticket, I got the lodging, I got the car rented, whole thing, everything's paid in advance. And I know that I'm steeling myself for the next 5 months to try and just have an ounce of self-respect and not just flop all over the floor as I meet all these people and I'm like, but they're all so beautiful! I am going to be just a crying, weeping, moldy mess. I'm going to become blob.
I cannot tell you how fucking hurt I was that I could not go to C2E2 this year because it's literally 20-30 minutes away from my apartment. But I just moved into this apartment, so I was broke as shit. So later was gonna be like, no way I could deal with it. But like knowing that somewhere out there was all of them was killing me.
By the way, I posted that Dell art in chat. Probably way too late because I have a feeling everyone's probably buggered off by now as they're sick of us talking. Which, to be fair, it's been about an hour of this now, so I feel like chat got their bonus. Sorry that we had to cut it a little short, guys, but we'll be back next week.
The video on demand is going to be awesome.
I might have to drop that and be like, y'all can cut everything after the break.
Pretty much.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for everyone who came and watched. Huge thanks for everyone who came and listened to us just hang out for an hour. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, with more giant robots. Again, huge thanks to Retrograde Minis for the fantastic minis that we get to use. Huge thanks to the entire Chromatic Chimera cast. And happy International Women's Day. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye, y'all. Bye, Floppy. Bye, Garden. Love y'all.
Manifest.